day here at Cook Square Park, round one of the NPL. It's Maitlin up against Hamilton. Big day here for the home side. Maitlin have recruited well in the off season, taking on Hamilton Olympic last year's finalists against Edgeworth, beaten 2-0 in the grand final. It's Kyle Hodges on the ball with an early free kick for Hamilton. Rock Oakley with the header there. One of a few Western players who have come across to neighbouring Maitland for the 2016 season. Carl Thornton as well, and Liam Thornton. Blake Thompson goes forward looking for Comerford. And now with Reese Cooper. Early chance for Olympic. Blake Thompson with the header. It went as far as Carl Thornton, who clears it up and over the sideline. These two sides meeting on a couple of occasions last year. Hamilton Olympic getting the job done in round 9, 2-1 against Maitland up here, and then it was 2-0, a win for Maitland in the last round at Darling Street. Massive upset before the final series for Hamilton, which actually prevented Olympic from gaining second spot. As Swan goes back to Kyle Hodges. Jacob Bailey in the middle of the ground. Marcus Graham now brings it across to Tom Davies. He'll be in Hamilton Olympic colours for only the first 6 rounds this year as Reese Cooper on the ball. Just to go back towards Leo Bertos. The off-season finds for Olympic. Ball over the top for Maitland, but that'll run down to Danny Ireland. The wind been not too bad. Sometimes up here at Cook Square Park it gets very windy. It's just starting to pick up at the moment. Right at the start of this round 1 clash. First match in round 1 yesterday, Edgeworth and Lambton. It was a good battle out at Arthur Redden Oval with Edgeworth. 2 goals in the last 10 minutes with a 2-1 victory over Lambton. They try to defend their lead. It's a ball over the top now for Simon Mooney. He was fantastic for Hamilton last year. Still Simon Mooney turning on the ball. Looking for Bertos. Shot there. Daniel Bird. Hit away by Liam Thornton as far as Andrew Swan. Daniel Bird last year playing for Charlestown. Making the move across to Hamilton. This ball into the middle. And over the line for an early corner for Hamilton Olympic. Simon Mooney heading over to take the corner kick for Hamilton. Brilliant for them last year. The year before he missed the whole season with a knee injury. That one swung in towards the near post. Headed away towards Matt Thompson, who's got some space. Second year at Hamilton, I should say Maitland, after signing on last year for them. Leo Bertos goes back to Kyle Hodges. Tom Davies now. Jacob Bailey in the middle of the park. Now it's Swan. Man of the match in that semi-final win over the 2 legs over Lambton in the second match. It was a draw in the second leg. Marcus Graham unable to keep it in. But Jacob Bailey outstanding that day as Hamilton fought back from a 2-0 deficit. They were heading out of the finals. And then 2 goals. One through Pat Brown and then Reese Cooper in the last 10 minutes of extra time, sending Hamilton through to the grand final. Throw now for Liam Thornton. One of the stars for Western last year, Liam Thornton. Here's McKellar down the left-hand side, cuts it back on the inside. He also spent time at Western last year. He was here at Maitland, but previously at Western. Back towards McKellar and collides there with Simon Mooney. Simon Mooney with 9 goals in 21 games last year. Also played for Broadmeadow Magic and Lake Macquarie in his past. Has Simon Mooney, Tom Davies. Going short there to Tom Spencer, another one of the new faces in this Hamilton Olympic lineup. He's played his senior football for the Northern Tigers and Blacktown Spartans. Hodges. Now to Swan again. Matthew Swan out there today for Hamilton. Andrew Swan not in the side. Ball over the top. Hamilton down that far side of the ground. Still cutting across and looking in the middle there for Spencer. It's Daniel Bird. Played wide again this time. Leo Bertos on the ball again. What a find he's been for Hamilton to play for them this year. He runs in again, plays it back towards Bird. Good defending there from Broadley. Free kick going Hamilton's way now. Looks to be Leo Bertos who's going to stand over this one for Hamilton. First free kicking in a good position as Bertos hits it. Good save in goals there from Matt Trott, his first touch. Matt Trott in goals for Maitland was a backup to Danny Vukovic in the 2008 A-League Grand Final. Actually came to Maitland purely out of coincidence. He went to buy a house with Reece Thompson, the assistant coach from Maitland. And Reece Thompson asked him to sign for the club. He did so. And here he's Comerford. Looking to the middle of the park there for Ryan Broadley, who wins the free kick for Maitland. Matt Crowell's going to take it, another one of the new signings for Maitland this year. Looking for Matt Thompson, he finds him. No one with him. Here's Crowell again, looking down the line. Hamilton doing well. Daniel Bird keeping it inside the line and bringing it back to Jacob Bailey. Here's Spencer. Lovely ball to Daniel Bird. He's got Leo Bertos. But ball hit just a bit too long to Matt Trott there in goals again. As I said before, played for the Mariners and also has had a stint in Europe as Matt Trott. So a distinguished career for him, and now looking for Jai McKellar again there, Maitland, but runs harmlessly over the byline, and Tom Davies doing the defensive work there for Olympic. Danny Ireland in goals again for Hamilton this year, taking the goal kick. Former Australian under-20s player, and made his professional debut for Coventry in 2008 against Aldershot in English League Cup match. So 2 goalkeepers who have had great careers before coming to both Hamilton and Maitland. As here's Reece Cooper with a big chance, comes to Trott, And Matt Trott makes a great save. Big moment there for Reece Cooper. He just couldn't put it away. And now Maitland have a chance to break. They're looking for Jai McKellar, and again, that's going to run away, gathering speed as it runs down for a throw now for Tom Davies. Short ball then from Crow, but Tom Davies gets his foot in, and that's going to go over the sideline onto the roof of the grandstand here at Cook Square Park. Here's Carl Thornton now on the ball for Maitland. Goes across to Blake Thompson, the brother of Maitland's former coach last year, Reece Thompson. He's now their assistant coach in 2016. Matt Comerford was looking back for Brock Oakley, and he found him. Played wide to Broadley. Reece Thompson saying that he was their best player last year, Ryan Broadley. He's been an outstanding player for Maitland. Over the years, and he's the vice captain. As Simon Mooney on the ball for Hamilton now. Simon Mooney kept running at Liam Thornton. Takes him on and gets on the outside of him and wins a corner. Liam Thornton up to the task there. Simon Mooney very quick on his feet, but he was able to stop the cross coming in, and both Liam Thornton and Carl Thornton were the stone walls at the back for Western last year, so they're really going to help Maitland's defence in 2016. Here's Simon Mooney whipping it in. Liam Thornton again, knocking it away. Leo Bertos now on the ball for Hamilton. He plays it wide for Mooney again. Mooney looking towards the middle, and Trott is there again for Maitland. And now some space here. Lots of space now for Maitland for Dean Heffernan. And his ball just overhit there. He's good mates with Matt Thompson and played for Bankstown last year to Dean Heffernan in the NPL in Sydney. The second tier of that competition. Bankstown had a good season. They were beaten in the grand final, so they weren't promoted, but beaten in that grand final. As Kyle Hodges just gets in there. Maitland really looked threatening on the break against Hamilton, but Hamilton probably with the best chances early on in this one. Leo Bertos now. Playing it back, looking for Spencer. But no one there. No one there for Hamilton. Now ball across the ground for Broadley. From Crowell to Broadley and now to Comerford. He's got plenty of space. Matt Comerford, he's got plenty of pace as well. Looks towards the middle of the ground. Now goes back to Crowell, who has a shot. And not much behind that one. And that's not going to trouble Danny Ireland in goals for Hamilton. Hamilton with an outstanding defensive record last year, just 22 goals conceded, equal best defence. As here's Leo Bertos, and Danny Ireland was cornerstone of that. As here's Bertos, plays it back. Luke Bird with the shot. I should say Daniel Bird with the shot. Back now to Thompson. Now Leo Bertos taking on Liam Thornton again. He's got Simon Mooney inside him. He opts not to use him. Bertos back to Simon Mooney. It's a beautiful ball. Keeps it in just inside the line and whips it into the middle. But no one there for Hamilton. They're all in front of the ball. Ran behind, and now some more space for Maitland to exploit. Sliding away is Comerford. Plenty of pace, as I said before. Tries to take on Marcus Graham. Plays it wide. Dodging and weaving. Back to McKellar. Couldn't get the shot away on the volley. And now Spencer on the ball. Away to Daniel Bird. And Hamilton escape. Probably Maitland's best attacking opportunity of the game there. On the break from Matt Comerford. Leo Bertos on the ball again. Jacob Bailey. And just to announce to everyone this year, commentating with me next week will be Chris Turner. We've got an offside now just against Hamilton. Next week, Chris Turner will be back. Blake Jarrett won't be commentating with me this year. He's got a job at Narromine with the local newspaper. So congratulations to Blake. I think he might be watching this afternoon. So it was great news. He finished his communication degree at Newcastle Uni last year. So it's gone on, and hopefully he goes on to bigger and better things out there at Narromine, and hopefully we'll see him back here shortly. It was great to have him with me last year in the NPL, and of course he was leading the call in 2014, so ever since Bar TV began covering the NPL. So it's been great to have Blake on board. So thanks so much for all you've done out there, Blake, for the NPL here on Bar TV. This one runs down to Danny Island. Now with Graham on the ball. Turns it straight to Matt Thompson with that pass. Plays it to Broadley. Still Ryan Broadley on the ball, looking for the ball through towards Thompson. There was Comerford over there as well, but it was just a bit too heavy. Now Daniel Bird with some space, but Brock Oakley's there. Another one of Western's outstanding defenders last year, Brock Oakley. Brock Oakley, Carl Thornton, and Liam Thornton, really the heart of that back line for Western. All coming across to Maitland in 2016. Here's Kyle Hodges. Interesting stat on Maitland's part last year. Every game they won, they kept their opponent scoreless. So any games they conceded in last year, they didn't go on to win Maitland. It was quite an incredible stat. 4 matches they won. All 4 they kept their opponents. They kept their opponents scoreless. There's only 2 games last year where they actually got points out of the game when they conceded. That was in round 1 against South Cardiff, a 2-2 draw there. And they had a 1-1 draw with Charlestown in round 16. And another free kick goes Hamilton's way. Doesn't look to be in a good way there. Trying to get the number plate. Who is down there for Hamilton? Maybe Reese Cooper there. I think it is Reese Cooper there for Hamilton. They're sending the trainer out just to have a look at, see how he is. The free kick to Hamilton. Cooper to his feet now, so that's good to see. Last year at Cook Square Park, Maitland didn't have the best record. Only 2 wins and 7 losses. They had the worst home record outside the relegated South Cardiff. They did have another win up here against the Jets, but technically that wasn't their home game. That was the Jets youth home game. Here is Leo Bertos with the free kick. Goes towards the back post. Matt Trott talking to his defence, and Carl Thornton puts it over the byline. Another corner for Hamilton. They've looked the better of the 2 sides in the first part of this match, Hamilton. Simon Mooney going over to take the corner kick now for Hamilton. Goes short to Cooper. Back to Bertos. Puts it across towards the back post. Just wide there for Hamilton. Another good opportunity for them. That time through Tom Spencer. It's Trott looking up over halfway. Gets a lot behind that goal kick. Mooney back to Cooper now. Still Reece Cooper. Back to Kyle Hodges. Last year, Reece Cooper, 3 goals in the 21 games, but he scored the most important of the season against the Jaffers in the semi-final, the second leg at Arthur Eden Oval. Wide now to Daniel Bird, cutting inside. Flying in was Matt Comerford. He won the ball. Now Bird and him come together and he wins the free kick. Matt Comerford there with Daniel Bird. A little bit of push and shove from the two of them. Daniel Bird and Matt Comerford there. And now Thornton. Wide to his brother Liam. McKellar back to Liam Thornton. Better build-up play this from Maitland. Now Blake Thompson, the captain. I think it could be his last year in Maitland colours this year, Blake Thompson. His brother Reece says that he intends to maybe go overseas and travel next year. Maybe come back after that and play for the Magpies. This is Crowell. Going across the ground and finding Brock Oakley. Goes to Comerford. It's probably been Maitland's best in the opening part of this round 1 fixture. Here he is again. Looking to let it run on there. Couldn't go through the legs there of Dean Heffernan. Hasn't had as much involvement in the opening part of this game as Dean Heffernan. Here's Leo Bertos again. He's had a lot of involvement for Hamilton. Back to Mooney. Goes to Bertos again. Still Bertos. He's got Liam Thornton there. Bertos back to Tom Davies now. Hamilton, can they create a chance on goal? They haven't had a great opportunity yet. Reece Cooper with a very good opportunity. But apart from that, chances have been few and far between for Olympicus now with Hodges. Goes across to Bird and he can't control, and a throw will be the result there for Maitland. And Brock Oakley is going to take it over there for them. "17 games for Western last year out of the 18 played in the season, so he had a pretty consistent year, Brock Oakley. Stepping away now, Daniel Bird down the left-hand side for Hamilton. Whips it in towards Bertos, who controls nicely. Plays it off to Cooper. Shot blocked by Liam Thornton there. And another corner for Hamilton. Pressure still on the Maitland defence, but it's holding firm at the moment. Here's Simon Mooney. Whipping it in. Matt Thompson with a header away. He finds McKellar. McKellar trying to outmuscle Tom Davies. He can't do so. And Kyle Hodges steadying the ship at the back. The captain for Hamilton across the ground now. Daniel Bird. Looks down the line for Reece Cooper. Diving in and giving away the free kick. Another one for Hamilton in a good position, the third in this match already for them. So 25 minutes gone here on Bar TV. The first match of the round of the year. Maitland up against Hamilton up here at Cook Square Park. It's taken quickly. Now, trying to whip it in towards the middle. Carl Thornton clears it away. Now with Hodges. Out to Bertos. Towards the back post. Looks for Reece Cooper and finds him. Reece Cooper hits the volley. It's an absolute shocker, and the Maitland fans let him know about it. And it'll just be a goal kick for Matt Trott, so relieving the pressure there, Maitland. You could say doing well. They've kept the scoreline at 0-0. The breeze really picking up now here at Cook Square Park. If you haven't been here, it's on top of a hill. Gets very, very windy. Last year we were up here for Maitland taking on Western in the local derby, and it was very windy that day. Goal kicks. Ball was being blown everywhere. This shot is going to go well wide. Not the best effort from Maitland, and just a goal kick for Danny Island. Last year for Hamilton, they kept the 4 clean sheets in. I should say they kept 5 last year and 4 in 2014. So very similar years for them, and they were looking to do similar this year if they are to make it back into the final series again. Here's Danny Island. That wind probably more across the ground than favouring one side, blowing towards us here at Cook Square Park. As Tom Davies lets that one run down under some pressure there from Dean Heffernan. Dean Heffernan, I said, playing for Bankstown, but also Western Sydney Wanderers in the A-League recently as well, and the Mariners. Here's Danny Island. Blake Thompson, no pressure on him. But again, it's Hamilton through Simon Mooney down this near side. Whipping it towards the back post. Reece Cooper again. So I should say Daniel Bird. Have played towards Reece Cooper there. And Carl Thornton. Now for Maitland, just trying to calm things down for them. It's been under immense pressure the opening 27 minutes of this one. And really the only chances for them have been on the break. And Hamilton's record speaks for itself. 18 of their last 21 NPL matches, they haven't been beaten in 18 of their last 21. And the only away match they lost last year was against Edgeworth. As we're going to see our first yellow card of the game on the far side of the ground. Goes to Matt Swan, who missed the grand final actually last year. He got a job over in Perth and wasn't able to make it. His brother Andrew Swan playing that day at Magic Park. And he's the first man to go into the book this afternoon. Just going through those previous scores in the 19s, Hamilton with a 2-0 win. And then in the 23s, it was 1-1 between Maitland and Hamilton. This one goes long. Danny Island goes up. It's a good grab. Another long goal kick. Both these keepers getting a lot behind their goal kicks today. This one down the line. Looking for Dean Heffernan, and he held off Marcus Graham nicely, but then gave away the free kick. Will be Marcus Graham that's going to take this one for Hamilton. I should say Marcus Duncan. Marcus Duncan, the Australian schoolboy in 2015, and joins Olympic from the Central Coast Mariners youth. And had A-League experience with the first grade squad during the pre-season tour. So Marcus Duncan having a great time with the Central Coast Mariners with the youth side. And now over at Hamilton. We'll see how much of an impact he can have at the back for them. This is Davies. Looking to go short and find Spencer. Couldn't do so. Now Matt Thompson. Now with Liam Thornton. Plays it down the line. McKellar. John McKellar goes down the line looking for Dean Heffernan. Marcus Duncan doing a good job on that occasion to hold Heffernan off the ball, and this one sliced over the sideline. A throw now going the way of Maitland, the home side. It's Matt Thompson's ball looking for Comerford on the far side. Not fantastic, and straight to Danny Ireland. Matt Thompson last year with those just the three goals for Maitland, but influential in setting up many more in 2015. He'll be looking to do the same this year in the NPL. This is Reece Cooper. He was a star for Hamilton Olympic last year. He played for Hamilton Olympic since under 12s, but in 2013 he went over the Jets youth, then came back to Hamilton. This is Simon Mooney. It's a little clip from Dean Heffernan and wins the free kick. Looking towards the other side of the ground, not the greatest free kick there from Marcus Duncan. Now with Crowell. Crowell stabbing it forward, looking for Heffernan. Kyle Hodges gets there first and does well and goes to Daniel Bird. Crowell again on the ball. Brock Oakley. And now it's been intercepted by Matt Swan. Looks towards the middle of the ground. Good tackle there from Blake Thompson. It only goes as far as Reece Cooper. And deflects off Blake Thompson's foot and over towards Matt Trott. Liam Thornton now. Short to McKellar. Still Joe McKellar, back to Liam Thornton. Now Broadley going up. Throw going Hamilton's way. Now Simon Mooney. He's got Reece Cooper coming at the back post. Trott does well. Ball just inside his area. Time to perfection. Now Crowell looks to Thompson. Thompson looking for Broadley. That wind now causing some issues out there with the long and high balls. They're being played by both sides. Tom Spencer now back to Hodges. Now to Jacob Bailey. Still Jacob Bailey on the ball. He's got Matt Swan outside him. He goes to Matt Swan. And that one sliced it over the byline, and another goal kick for Matt Trott. So the bench for Hamilton today, Kane Goodchild, Ben Coyner, Cody Lucas and Pat Brown. So a lot of attack on that bench. And Tom Pullening is the reserve goalkeeper, coming over from South Cardiff. Played in all of their NPL first grade matches last year, did Tom Pullen. Of course, relegated South Cardiff down to the new FM division. Now with Oakley, looking for Comerford, and for the Magpies, Jordan Elphick, Nick Russell, Ben Martin and Brendan Moorhead on the bench, as well as Zach Hill today for the home side on the bench. Of course, Ben Kelly, their keeper from last year, he headed over to Western after he was relegated to the second choice keeper under Matt Trott. This is Daniel Bird diving in there, Brock Oakley. Another corner now for Hamilton. They've had very good field position this first half of Hamilton. Just unable to convert at the moment. Reece Cooper with the best chance, but his shot went straight to Matt Trott in goals. It's going to be hard to beat these two keepers today. As I said before, Matt Trott playing for the Mariners in a stint in Europe, and Danny Ireland played in the UK with Coventry City and a few other sides as well. Tom Davies now putting it into the box. Brock Oakley with the header away. And Simon Mooney slices that one across to this near side of the ground to Jai McKellar. Back to Liam Thornton. Marcus Duncan doing well there, getting a foot in, but Carl Thornton just heaves it up the ground. Really to no one there, and Kyle Hodges will control and go to Matt Swan. It's been similar this half. What's been happening? Maitland's been clearing it away, and Hamilton just controlling it at the back and working forward, but unable to probe a gap in Maitland's defence. It's going to be a much tougher proposition this year, breaching that Maitland backline. Here's Leo Bertos. Played a big role in the opening 20, but sort of gone out of the game since then. This is Jacob Bailey. Has some space in front of him. Tries to play it towards Leo Bertos, but Carl Thornton's there again for Maitland. Puts it over the line. Here on Bar TV, 0-0 in this one. Up at Cook Square Park, Maitland up against Hamilton. Hamilton in the blue. Maitland in the white. There's this ball now. Shot with Bailey. Cleared away by Comerford. And again they clear it away, Maitland. Only as far as halfway, and Hamilton will come back at them, you'd expect. As now with Marcus Duncan, so almost 37 minutes gone. Maitland and Hamilton. Just a reminder, this year, Top Better has come on board with Bar TV as our major winter sports partner. Just great to have them on board. So the NPL fantasy competition, I believe, is starting next week. So get involved with that. It's going to be exciting years. Here's Ryan Broadley. He's got some space in front of him. He's got Comerford outside him, and he hits it once again too heavily. And another goal kick for Danny Ireland. It's really been the only thing that Danny Ireland's had to do today. The goal kick, there was a long range shot from Matt Crowell from memory midway through the first half, but that has been about it. Kyle Hodges now on the ball. Goes to Reese Cooper. Back to Hodges again, wide to Swan. Swan, he finds Tom Spencer with some space now. Across the face, Mooney. He gets there before Trott and plays it back across to Bertos, who goes down in the box. Trent Nash says there's no penalty there. Hamilton fans thought there was, as they would. And Maitland fans, well, they disagreed. And there's another poor ball. Maitland finding it pretty hard up here with the wind at the moment. And Trent Nash is going to have a chat to Jacob Bailey. I'm thinking about something he may have said when the penalty wasn't given. Referee out there, Trent Nash, has been doing some work as a fourth official in the A-League. Matches at Hunter Stadium the Jets have been involved in, so and he had a great year last year in the NPL. Trent Nash refereeing the grand final, so hopefully bigger and better things for him this year and going into next year as this one goes over the sideline in charge of this important match at Cook Square Park. Match of the round here on Bar TV. Round one next week. We're at Magic and the Jaffers. That'll be a cracking battle at Magic Park. As here's Jai McKellar. More about that one later. Matt Thompson now. Wind really getting up there now at Cook Square Park. Liam Thornton under pressure from Bertos and wins the free kick. So some field position here for Maitland. They haven't had much of the possession during the first half down this end of the ground. It's going to be Matt Crowell who's going to stand over it for Maitland. Whips it into the box. It's held up nicely by Heffernan, but his pass went straight to Tom Davies, and Tom Davies has got time and space to run. Goes back to Simon Mooney. Now to Tom Davies. Liam Thornton, a good challenge there. But Hamilton will get the throw. Mooney. Across to Hodges now. Now with Jacob Bailey, bumped over in the middle of the ground. Wins the free kick for Hamilton. Jacob Bailey does a lot of hard work in the middle of the park. Previously played for Charlestown in his past, and Valentine, who are back in the top flight this year. Valentine. Mooney holds off Liam Thornton again. Now plays it to Tom Davies. Cuts it back into the middle. Matt Thompson's there again to knock it away. Now with Spencer. Back to Mooney. Towards Bertos in the middle, and hoofed clear again by Blake Thompson. Danny Ireland attempts to knock it away. In the end, he just puts it over towards the sideline. The wind just pushing it back over towards that far sideline, and Dean Heffernan now holding onto it for Maitland. Crowell back to Heffernan again. Just a dodge clear of Bailey, who cleans him up. And Maitland win the free kick. Matt Crowell and Jacob Bailey exchanging a few pleasantries out there. And Matt Crowell, another player for Maitland from the Central Coast, 31 years of age and playing anywhere in the midfield. And he had stints in the Welsh youth team growing up. And signed a short-term contract for the Mariners, Matt Crowell. So he's another one of those Central Coast players that are going to be so important for Maitland this year. Matt Thompson with the free kick. Wasn't far off. Danny Ireland just letting it go over. And another goal kick for him. So less than 3 minutes now of regulation time in the first half. Danny Ireland, probably Maitland's best chance just then from Matt Thompson. Blake Thompson now. Now the ball with Dean Heffernan. Crowell across the ground looking for Comerford. It's a well-placed ball. And now Kyle Hodges comes in to try and knock it away for Hamilton. So Maitland now getting some time down Hamilton's end of the ground. Hamilton now going to try and play it away. And Daniel Bird, he's got plenty of space down that left side. He's got Blake Thompson coming across. He's got Bertos in the middle. Bird cuts it across. It's Liam Thornton again there to knock it clear. And now Comerford on the ball for Maitland. Thompson, he's got plenty of space out here to the left. He brings it with Crowell now. Still with Crowell looking down the line. And Tom Davies, he's done plenty of running this afternoon. Runs that one down. Now plays it to Marcus Duncan. Hodges. Bird goes to Spencer. Back to Daniel Bird. I said before, former Charlestown player last year. This one to Reese Cooper. Blake Thompson tries to hold him off. Played back to Spencer. Spencer back to Cooper. Nice passing here from Hamilton. Blake Thompson just gets his foot in and does well. There's this one knocked away now towards Heffernan. Tom Davies does well. He's holding off Dean Heffernan. Heffernan bumps down Davies. Still no free kick. Referee playing on. Dean Heffernan and Tom Davies there. A big battle between those two on that occasion. Davies and Heffernan holding each other off. And now this shot straight to Matt Trott. A little bit of spice in this match before the break. Blake Thompson tries to hold off Spencer. Thompson. Leo Bertos now dodging and weaving around. Still Leo Bertos on the ball. Still Bertos. Goes to Spencer. Plays it off to Bertos. Oh, tries to play it towards the middle. Unfortunately, some of the Hamilton players who were there, Mooney and Tom Spencer, not on the same page, and probably could have had the shot there, Leo Bertos. He decided against it. Hamilton Olympic losing just the 2 games last year. So we've got a yellow card coming out. going Dean Heffernan's way. Yeah, just the 2 losses last year for Hamilton against Edgeworth and then in that final round against Maitland. So definitely want to avenge that defeat, the 2-0 defeat at Darling Street in the final round. Now at the back is Marcus Duncan putting that one over the sideline. And that is half-time at Cook Square Park. Just like we were in the first match of the round yesterday at Arthur Eden Oval. It's 0-0 at the break. Great to have you company here on Bar TV. We'll be back in about 10-15 minutes for the second half. I've just got Gary Fisher from Northern New South Wales with me. We're going to try and see if we can update some scores from the other grounds. Gary, what have you got?
Thanks, Ben. At Magic Park, it's Broadmeadow Magic 2, Adamstown 0. Scorers there were Carl Bradbury and Peter Haynes. At Charlestown Lyle Carl Oval, it's 1-1 between Charlestown and Valentine Phoenix. Western Bears, through a brace to Gary McDermott, lead Newcastle Jets Youth 2-1, with Cameron Joyce the scorer for the Newcastle Jets Youth. So they're the halftime scores.
Thank you, Gary. And what were your thoughts on the first half out here? Maitland and Hamilton, a little bit scrappy, but that's what you expect in round 1, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty similar to yesterday, Ben, in that game. I think both clubs are expected to appear at the top of the ladder, and it's a bit like a game of chess, like yesterday's game, sorting each other out. Hamilton have probably had the best of the field position, obviously the best chance through Cooper, a great save by Trott. But other than that, yeah, bit of a scrappy game of chess. The wind's picked up now, so we'll see what happens in the second half.
Thanks, Gary, for joining us. So we'll be back in about 10 minutes' time for the second half. It's 0-0 between Hamilton and Maitland up here at Cook Square Park. Hello and welcome back. The second half almost about to get underway up here at Cook Square Park. Maitland up against Hamilton. We just got Reece Thompson on the ground, so when he trots off, we'll probably get underway. The assistant coach there for the Magpies. So 0-0, a pretty, probably the first half more of more Maitland's way, but it was fairly even in terms of shots and chances. Reece Cooper with a really good chance for Hamilton. Leo Bertos also won. Matt Thompson with a free kick for Maitland. So we're underway. It'll be Hamilton from right to left of screen in the blue and Maitland the home side from left to right in the white this afternoon. And now with Kyle Hodges. And Kyle Hodges, the captain for Hamilton. He spent 2012 at Charlestown. 2010-11 he was at Hamilton and came back in 2013 to play for Hamilton Olympic again. Leo Bertos, as I said in the first half, was a New Zealand international, former New Zealand international, played in that 2010 World Cup for the New Zealand national side, played in all three matches, started in all three matches actually. They were knocked out in the group stage, but they had a fantastic tournament, New Zealand. They finished third in their group. Actually finished ahead of Italy that tournament. Italy, the defending champions in 2010, knocked out, but Kane Goodchild now on the ball, who's come on for Hamilton in the second half. Still Goodchild. An immediate impact for Hamilton's striker last season. He played 21 matches for 13 goals, Kane Goodchild. An outstanding season it was for him. And we've also got another score from Gary. 3-0 Broadmeadow Magic over Adamstown. James Vigili with the goal, the former Jet. Down in the corner, knocked up the line. Broadly, looking towards the middle for McKellar. Kyle Hodges does well in defence. So it was 1-1 between Charlestown and Valentine at half-time. And Western up 2-1 in the match against the Jets youth. So here's Reece Cooper. With his left, finds Simon Mooney with a pinpoint pass. Pass was good, but Simon Mooney just straying offside. And Blake Thompson finds Matt Thompson. No relation between those two. It's Comerford now on this near side of the ground. Goes to Heffernan. Plays a 1-2 with Comerford, now wide to Broadley. So we'll see if Maitland can have a few more attacking opportunities than they did in the first half. Here's Crowell. Here's Blake Thompson. Danny Ireland now with the goal kick. Carl Thornton now playing it wide to Brock Oakley. We'll just try and check who has come off for Hamilton. Do you know who? Gary Fisher from Northern just going to check for us who has come off there for Hamilton. As here's Simon Mooney. Still Mooney. Cutting inside. Mooney hits the shot. Tough to control in the wind here at Cook Square Park. It's got worse. It's Daniel Bird that has come off for Kane Goodchild going on. Former Charlestown player last year, Daniel Bird, and Kane Goodchild as well. Also a former Azuri player, leaving them at the start of last season. Here's Trott. Bring it across to Brock Oakley. Oakley up the line to Comerford. It's going to make it a lot tougher now with this wind increasing. It diving in is Crowell and gives away the yellow card. Diving in on Jacob Bailey there. Lucky probably not to get a red card. Dean Heffernan just having a chat to Trent Nash. He's also in the book, referee's book, with a yellow card. Late on in the first stanza. So Leo Bertos now standing over it. So he whips it in towards the back post. Now with Thompson. Yes, goes nicely back to Matt Trotting goals. Gets out of a dangerous situation. Liam Thornton now on the far side of the ground for Maitland. Up towards halfway. Knocked across the ground from Crowell. He finds Comerford with a beautiful ball. Comerford, he's got Matt Swan in front of him. He takes him on, and just his touch was a bit heavy, and Simon Mooney was able to get in and take possession for Hamilton. Here's Spencer. Here's Bertos now. Back to Mooney. Mooney looking over the top, and again that last pass. Bit too heavy, I think. Both Goodchild and Spencer just waiting because they thought they were offside. Now with Crowell. McKellar goes down. Bailey with the tackle. And Bailey comes away with the ball now for Hamilton. Goes to Spencer. This match definitely heating up now. 0-0. And it's been put over the sideline as McKellar still down. Chai McKellar doesn't look to be in a good way. Dean Heffernan going over to check on him, and Danny Island over there as well. Maitland's trainer's going to go on the park. Jai McKellar in the pre-season, 9 goals in 5 matches for Maitland. So he had a great pre-season, just 19 years of age. And one of the future players you'd expect here at Maitland. And we got a score at Western. It's 2-2 between Western and the Jets Youth. So just so the other scores, it's Magic 3-0 against Adamstown at Magic Park. And 1-1 Valentine and Charlestown, the latest score we got there. But you can catch all those matches on Bar TV on the delayed stream. They should be going up tonight. It's the ball now played back to Danny Island after the injury with Jai McKellar there. Bertos goes to Goodchild, looking for Tom Davies down that far side of the ground. Plays it into Liam Thornton. Takes control and goes to Thompson. Now Heffernan holds off Bertos and back to Liam Thornton. What a great ball straight there to Jacob Bailey, but Bailey playing it back, and we've got an offside, so getting a bit scrappy now. Both sides unable to control possession, and still 0-0 up here at Cook Square Park. Reece Cooper now. The wind getting stronger and stronger as this match goes on. Swan back to Cooper. Gets under and looks for Tom Davies, but McKellar's there to intercept. And now looking over the top for Dean Heffernan. Kyle Hodges gets up and heads it away only as far as McKellar. Back up after that injury a moment ago. And a goal kick will be the result for Danny Island as it's played by Tom Davies into Jai McKellar. As I said, Tom Davies will only be playing 6 matches for Hamilton this year. He's heading overseas for a trip, so just the first 6 rounds he'll be in Hamilton colours in 2016. Reece Cooper looks to be playing a lot deeper in this second half. Brock Oakley. And now Crowell. Blake Thompson. Trot brings it out now to Oakley. Oakley looking towards Heffernan. Just getting in there, Marcus Duncan, who's been solid at the back today for Hamilton. Another player that's come up from the Central Coast Mariners Youth Academy. We've got a few in the NPL this year that have come up from the Central Coast. Strengthening the competition now with Comerford. He's got some space, plays it through to McKellar. Danny Ireland gets there. McKellar's shot goes across the face. And Maitland's best chance of the game there goes begging Jai McKellar. He said he had a great pre-season, 9 goals in 5 matches. And that one he just pushed wide of Danny Ireland's back post. Reese Cooper. That would have sent the home fans into raptures here at Cook Square Park. Here's Bailey. Matt Swan. Spencer. Former Blacktown player Tom Spencer. Swan back to Spencer. Chips it over the top looking for Mooney. Couldn't find him. Swan. Getting there is Crowell. He's been in the thick of things today, Matt Crowell. Just some scores from those other grounds. It's James Vigili with a double at Magic Park, making it 4-0 Magic over Adamstown. Not a great start to the year for the Rosebuds. 1-1 still Charlestown Valentine. And it's going to be a throw now for Maitland, and 3-2 now Western. Gary McDermott with a hat-trick of goals, putting them ahead 3-2 against the Jets youth. So a high-scoring afternoon of NPL action. As it runs back towards Danny Ireland. It's come off a Hamilton player, so he keeps it in. A reminder this year, Top Better, in conjunction with Bar TV, is our major broadcast partner this year for all the winter codes. So great to have them on board. The NPL fantasy competition starting next round, so get involved with that. It's great to have them on board in 2016. Here's Mooney, unable to get past Brock Oakley there. Rugby Union fantasy competition started this week with Top Better. There's now a free kick Hamilton's way. Another card. It's going to be Matt Comerford, who goes into the book this time. The challenge on Reese Cooper. Next week on Bar TV, next Sunday, live from 2:30 again. It's Lambton up against Broadmeadow Magic at Magic Park. It'll be a cracking battle. Two of the heavyweights of the competition going head-to-head. Lambton with a 2-1 defeat yesterday after they led 1-0 against Edgeworth. And Magic up 4-0 this afternoon. Here's Burtos now. Hits it low and hard. Of course, Steamfest up at Maitland this weekend, so hear the trains tooting in the background here at Cook Square Park as Simon Mooney gives away the free kick for offside. They played on quickly now, Maitland. So a big weekend in Maitland. The NPL and also Steamfest as Blake Thompson now clears it away to Comerford. Now to Broadley. Broadley with plenty of space over halfway. He's got Jai McKellar with him. He gets the pass away. Got cleaned up. Play on. There's the shot. Danny Ireland. Great save with his left hand. And we're going to play on now for Hamilton. See if there is a card coming back for Marcus Duncan. Cleaned up Jai McKellar after Broadley after he got that pass away. Mooney. All of a sudden a bit of excitement out here at Cook Square Park. This ball played back, good child after it, but Trott gets out. It's been solid in goals today for Maitland. Great save when Reese Cooper came knocking in the first half. Had as good as a one-on-one opportunity. Jacob Bailey, great challenge there on Crowell. Wins that one-on-one battle on that occasion. It's Tom Davies and Jai McKellar now. It's Tom Davies who wins the ball on the far sideline. Good child. Brought on at half-time for Daniel Bird for Olympic. And now the throw for Olympic as we just take a deep breath. And Trent Nash is going to go over, and yes, he is going to give the card to Marcus Duncan for the challenge on Jai McKellar. As here's Duncan whipping it into the middle. It's been good at the back for Hamilton today, Marcus Duncan. And now some space for Matt Thompson. He's got Matt Swan coming up behind him. Wins the ball. Tom Davies just keeping it inside the line. Back to Swan. Both sides looking for their first goals of the season. Now with Bertos. It's been another solid performer for Hamilton this afternoon. Spencer. Cleared away only as far as Bailey. Now Swan. It's again very congested in that middle of the park. As Hamilton here play it wide to Bertos, who is offside. And a little bit of pressure alleviating there for Maitland. .15.5 gone in the second half. Simon Mooney. Back to Spencer. Plays it now to Goodchild. Looks back towards Spencer. Couldn't find him. And now Davies. Getting away from Jai McKellar and finding Bertos. Still Leo Bertos on the ball. Now with Cooper. Has the shot. Well blocked there by Carl Thornton, but it ricochets straight out to Bertos again. I'll set up again here, Hamilton, as this is whipped towards Mooney. Brock Oakley strong in the air, and it comes across now to Comerford. Wind howling towards this side of the ground. As Comerford slices inside. Beautiful ball across the ground to Heffernan. Heffernan now plays it through wide to McKellar. McKellar shoots. Danny Island again. Saves today for Hamilton. Home fans appreciating this attack from Maitland. You'd have to say they've been the better side in the second half. So Virgili's got a hat-trick, is that right, Gary? Has got 2. And Cale Bradbury's got 1. 6-0. A disastrous start to the season for Adamstown. 3-3 at Western. And so 3-3 at Western and 1-1 still the score between the newly promoted Valentine and Charlestown. And Phoenix are leading there, so that's a big score for Valentine, leading 2-1. As there's a long effort from distance from Matt Comerford going over. So the only game this weekend where there are no goals is the match of the round here at Cook Square Park. But it's been an interesting contest nonetheless. Maitland just starting to warm up now. Here's Danny Island. Up over halfway. Flicked on. Carl Thornton tried to head it away. Reese Cooper and trod in a foot race. And it's going to be a corner kick for Hamilton now. So a reminder, here on Bar TV, all the matches covered this year. Just the one live match of the round still, as it was last year, but all the 4 other matches of the round that have been played will be up tonight, so you can check out all the goals from those other matches. This one swung in with the wind. It's in the back of the net for Hamilton, but the free kick was paid long before the ball crossed the line after Matt Trott. And check who is down there. We do know the trainer for Maitland. Try and see who that is. It's Crowell, Matt Crowell, who's down in the 6-yard box for Maitland. Still no changes for the Magpies. As I said, at half-time, Kane Goodchild came on for Daniel Bird. Those bench players, the remaining bench players for Hamilton, Ben Coyner, Cody Lucas, and Pat Brown. You'd expect Pat Brown coming on with a scoreline like it is now. And Zach Hill on the bench for Maitland, along with Jordan Elphick, Nick Russell, former South Cardiff player, and Ben Martin. Ben Martin had an outstanding year in 2014. Plenty of goals for Maitland. 3 last year in 15 matches. But him and Joel Wood fighting for a position, who's now at Lambs, good child. Goes to the shot. Trent Nash playing advantage there to Hamilton. Doesn't look like there's going to be a card coming out. No, I don't think there will be. Just having a chat to Carl Thornton now. And Charlestown have hit back at Lyle-Carr Oval. It is 2-2 between them and Valentine Phoenix, the newbies in the NPL this year. So 3-3 at Western, 2-2 at Lyle-Carr, 6-0 at Magic Park. Magic up against Adamstown in that one. Not a great start for Graham Law and his men. As now Goodchild. Probably say Adamstown probably haven't recruited as well as some of the other NPL clubs, so it'll be interesting to see how they go this year. This one played across the face of goal. Matt Trott's there. Of course, last year Gary Kenneth and Guy Bates came to the club. And they were both gone by the end of the season. Gary Kenneth heading back home, as did Guy Bates. There's Jacob Bailey in a battle again there with Matt Crowell. I've had a good one this afternoon. Here's Bertos. Cutting inside on that right foot. Had a good chance at the back end of the first half. Cross now to Cooper. Can he be the hero for Hamilton again in round one this year? Davies. Now to Mooney. Still Mooney over there on that far side of the ground. Liam Thornton's there to intercept for Maitland. Been dangerous on the break this afternoon, Maitland. Now wide to McKellar. Got some speed up front. Now with Dean Heffernan after it. He's got Kyle Hodges inside, and Heffernan loses his footing. No, he doesn't. He was clipped by Kyle Hodges. And the free kick to Maitland now. Dean Heffernan, he's been in and out of the game, but here is Pat Brown that is going to come on. He will come on for Hamilton. They're just going to wait, I think, Hamilton. I think they're taking on board the long-held rule that you don't make a substitution before a set piece, and that's what they are going to do, Hamilton. That's Matt Thompson standing over the ball for Maitland. Can he put them in front? It's a good free kick here. Looking for Thornton. Carl Thornton, we know he's got a great head. A great header of the ball, but Matt Thompson with a poor free kick. And Pat Brown is going to come on. And it's going to be Tom Spencer who comes from the ground. So definitely an attacking move here from Hamilton. And why wouldn't it be round one of the season? Tom Spencer comes from the ground. Danny Oland about to take the goal kick. And last year, Hamilton really cruel by draws. They had 6 draws, 6 draws last season, 2 losses and 10 victories. So that really hurt them in the end. Probably, in terms of the start of the season, they were the top side. Edgeworth lost 4 matches last year. Here's a ball over the top, looking for Reece Cooper. Sits up for Goodchild, who shoots, and he's put it wide. I don't know how he's put that wide. I thought it was in for sure. And some Hamilton fans going up, but he put it wide, Kane Goodchild. A rare miss for him. And it'll just be a goal kick for Matt Trott. Yeah, 6 draws last year for Hamilton, which really hurt their chances of finishing first on the ladder. As I said, Edgeworth losing double the amount of matches that Hamilton did last year and still finishing above them. Here's the ball looking for Comerford. Swan plays it back to Ireland, who slices it over the sideline. Swan only goes as far as Matt Thompson. Liam Thornton. Wide to McKellar. Still McKellar on the ball. Cuts it across the face. Ireland for once. Didn't look comfortable there. And it runs over harmlessly in the end for a goal kick. So 25 minutes gone in the second half. Bar TV's match of the round here in the NPL. It's Hamilton up against Maitland up here at Cook Square Park. Maitland in the white, Hamilton in the blue. Jacob Bailey now on the ball. Goes to Pat Brown. Nice touch to Goodchild. He's got Leo Bertos on the right. Good run here from Goodchild. Plays it to Leo Bertos. He's in on goal. Bertos shoots into the back of Liam Thornton. It sits up again for Maitland. Gee, they've done well there, Maitland. Liam Thornton just getting back. De Bertos was through on goal. Here's Davies. Cleared away again by Maitland. Here's Jacob Bailey. Now to Hodges. Pat Brown, he's got Swan making a run for him. And he goes straight into the back of Brock Oakley. And over the sideline. Marked improvement today in Maitland's defence. Last year Maitland, we'll just stay with the play with Hamilton here. A little back heel towards Ryan Broadley now for Maitland. Looking down the line for Comerford. He's got Heffernan on the inside, but found Swan. I was going to say, Maitland 33 goals. They conceded last year. It wasn't too bad compared to worst defence in the competition was the Jets Youth. I should say South Cardiff conceded 48 goals, so not awful, but the best sides only conceded 22 goals last year, so it was still 11 more than them. So they were looking forward to shore up that defence, but really the issue that Maitland had last year was scoring, only 21 goals. Charlestown only scored 18 and South Cardiff with 21, but third worst attack in the comp last year, Maitland. Today, yet to find the back of the net, but they've gone close on a number of occasions. We say this match has been pretty even in terms of chances. Hamilton with the best chances in the first half, and Maitland in the second. Leo Bertos with a good one a couple of moments ago. Is now with Heffernan. Little touch to Broadley, back to Heffernan. And now wide to Comerford. Comerford with a chance. He comes to Ireland. He hits the shot. That's Marcus Duncan again for Hamilton. He's been impressive for Hamilton this afternoon, Marcus Duncan. And Dean Heffernan going over to take the corner. And he'll be kicking this one into the Howling Breeze. So it's going to hold up. The former Mariners and Wanderers midfielder, Dean Heffernan. As Dean Heffernan whips it in. Almost finds its way in there, Dean Heffernan. Really holding up in that breeze. And Danny Ireland with the goal kick. He's got some tape on that left thigh as Dean Heffernan. So maybe a cork or something sustained in the first half. There's now a ball wide to Brown. Pat Brown. Running down. Can he keep it inside the line? He cuts it back. Trot. Diving save. It's been good in goals for Maitland today. Throw out to Heffernan. He's really coming into the game now, Dean Heffernan. Broadley. Good combination with Broadley. Throughout this second half, Dean Heffernan. Heffernan trying to get through where Kyle Hodges is defending. Couldn't do so they're playing around through Jai McKellar. And Tom Davies is there. Played back to Marcus Duncan, who knocks it up towards halfway. Here's Reece Cooper. Little chipping ball over the top. Goodchild's coming for it. Trot can't get there. There's an empty net. Liam Thornton. It was Carl Thornton, I think, who gets back. It was impressive for Western last year. An impressive defence there again from Carl Thornton. Kane Goodchild causing some headaches again for the Maitland defence. Leo Bertos with the corner kick. Hamilton last year actually started their season with a 0-0 draw at Magic Park. So will it be similar in 2016? Maitland also had a draw, 2-2 at South Cardiff. Leo Bertos now on the far side. Still Bertos, whips it into the middle. Trot with the punch. It sits up for Cooper. Cooper wide to Mooney, who shoots. It's in the back of the net, but Trot's down. So the referee's stopped play, so it won't be a goal. But Simon Mooney with a very nice hit into the bottom left corner, but looks to be a free kick that will be going Maitland's way. So 31 minutes gone in the second half. Cook Square Park. Matt Trott just receiving some attention for the Maitland Magpies. He'll be up in just a sec. So Adamstown have stopped the bleeding at Magic Park. 6-1 now. Alex Reid with a goal for them. Played up here at Maitland last year. Play back on again with Marcus Duncan. Looking across for Pat Brown. He finds him with a beautiful ball. Brown cuts it across goal. And it's going to run down just for a goal kick for Maitland. So both sides with their fair share of chances in the second half, unable to break the deadlock, and still 0-0 in the match of the round. Those other scores, 2-2 at Lyle Carr Oval between Charlestown and Valentine. 3-3 between the Jets Youth and Western at Bear Park, and 6-1. Could be a tennis score at Magic Park. James Virgili with a hat trick, showing his class for Broadmeadow. Here's Oakley. I think he'll be one of the star players this year, the former Jet. James Virgili now with Broadmeadow. As here's Ryan Broadley down this near side of the ground for Maitland. Cuts it back for Comerford. Still Matt Comerford cutting inside Pat Brown, who takes him down and gives away the free kick. And Maitland with a free kick in a very good position now. And Hamilton not going to make the change just yet. It's going to be Ben Coyner who will come on in a moment, but another set piece, so they're just going to wait. Here's Crowell whipping it towards the middle. Hamilton doing well on that occasion, defending, and Bailey knocks it out towards Blake Thompson. Blake Thompson trying to chip one over the top. It's back out with Thompson. Now to Crowell. Crowell down the line looking for Heffernan. He's got Swan on him. And now with Bailey. Trying to look back for Swan. That's going to be Simon Mooney going off for Hamilton, and it will be Ben Coyner coming on for the visitors. Just the 9 games last year, Ben Coyner, 3 goals. Played his juniors at Olympic in under 14s and 15s before he headed to Edgeworth for 3 years, returning to Hamilton in 2010, Ben Coyner. So he scored in the 2012 grand final loss to Broadmeadow Magic. 4-1 they lost that grand final in 2012. Haven't had a great time of late when they've been in grand finals, Hamilton. Thornton to his brother Liam. Goes short down the line. Looking for McKellar. Now Davies. Back to Duncan. Marcus Duncan stabbing it forward. Now Kane Goodchild on the ball. Bertos. Had a couple of good chances today, Leo Bertos. First and second half. Now with Tom Davies. Jacob Bailey. Duncan across to Hodges in the middle of the ground. Just runs past him. Kyle Hodges. Now Comerford's got space and time in front of him. Big chance here for Maitland. Comerford plays it into legs of Duncan. And now cuts back Comerford. He's got it on his left. He waits, and Dean Heffernan with a shot. Sits up for Comerford. He slices it off his boot. He'll stay in play. Heffernan with it. And gee, that's a big chance for Maitland. McKellar whips it into the middle. Marcus Duncan with a header away. He had about 4 or 5 goes at that, did Maitland. They couldn't put it away, and now Hamilton. Coyner trying to play it wide. Oakley. But as Kyle Hodges just unable to control the ball, and with the wind, it just blew the ball away from him. And Comerford raced away. Bertos. Still Bertos on the ball. Coyner. Stabbing one over the top, looking for Goodchild. Trott gets there. Goodchild goes down. And Trott down again. He's got the ball. Just taking a time to gather himself, Matt Trott. It's played out now to Carl Thornton, so 37 minutes gone. Just 8 minutes left in the match. Here at Cook Square Park in Maitland, it's Maitland 0, Hamilton 0. Heffernan. It's been impressive today, Dean Heffernan. Reese Cooper now on the ball. Stepping around, trying to get around Carl Thornton. Sits up for Bertos, who has the shot. Blocked again by Maitland. Bertos doing well on the ball again. Now with Bailey. Wide to Tom Davies. No one on him on that far side of the ground. As Davies whips it in straight to Carl Thornton's head. Coyner. Goes to Bailey. Wide to Davies. Down the far side of the ground. Tom Davies cuts it in again. And a corner kick for Hamilton now. It's going to be Pat Brown. It's going to go across and take this one. On his left foot. Going to try and curl this one in. The wind pushing this one across. He won't have to put too much on it. Brock Oakley with the header away. Straight to Brown. Stabs it across towards the back post. Comerford's there. And this is going to run down. And it's going to be another corner kick. No, it's going to be a goal kick. It's come off for Hamilton player. Trent Nash says. First change for Maitland. They're going to make a double change. Zach Hill coming on. So 6-2 now at Magic Park. Matt Paul scoring for Adamstown. So making the scoreline a little bit more respectable, Adamstown. Here's those changes. Jai McKellar coming off and Matt Crowell. And going on is Zach Hill. And the number 15 for them is Nick Russell. Scored in one of our games last year, Nick Russell, off a corner that went in their win against Charlestown. South Cardiff played very well that night, 3-1 winners in that particular match. Ball played towards the middle of the ground. Matt Thompson, he try and get around his man. Thompson goes down. Referee waves it away. And flying forward with the shot there was Nick Russell. Couldn't get it on target or with enough power behind it. And Danny Ireland hoofs it up over halfway and over the sideline for just a Maitland throw now. Brock Oakley goes up the line. Swan unable to keep it in. Comerford now. Good throw from Oakley. Very powerful. Straight to Dean Heffernan. So will there be some late drama here at Cook Square Park? Neither of these two sides find a winner in the strong wind here at Maitland. Carl Thornton controls it nicely. Both sides have had chances to break the deadlock, and good chances at that, but scoreline still reads 0-0. Now Davies heading it. Carl Thornton gets there. Coiner now on the ball, controlling it for Hamilton. Tom Davies. Now with Pat Brown on the far side of the ground. Jacob Bailey. Back to Pat Brown. Hamilton just trying to build things up now. Marcus Graham looks like he's going to be a great replacement for Mason Campbell this year for Hamilton. Many thought he'd be a big loss, and Marcus Duncan, I should say. And he has been outstanding at the back. There's Duncan with the header. Here's Bertos. Bertos plays it wide for Swan. Gets past Matt Comerford with the tackle. The referee's going to bring that one back for a free kick. Trent Nash pulling it back for a Hamilton Olympic free kick now. Inside the final 3 minutes of this match here at Cook Square Park on Bar TV. A reminder, major sponsor of all our winter codes this year, Top Better. It's great to have them on board. It's great to have them here and involved in local sport here in Newcastle. And now the ball with Trott. Goes wide to Thornton. Marcus Duncan appealing for the throw for Hamilton. It's not. It's going the way of Maitland now. So just while we've got a break in play, those other scores. Yesterday, full time, it was Lambton going down at home to Edgeworth. They lost 2-1 at Arthur Eden Oval. Magic 6-2. They're leading at the moment over Adamstown. 3-3 between the Jets Youth and Western. And it's 2-2 currently at Lyle Carr Oval in the match between Charlestown and Valentine. Here's a chance for Matt Thompson. Gets past Reese Cooper. Plays it to Heffernan. Heffernan looks towards the middle for Broadley. One of Maitland's favourite sons. It would have been a big cheer if he scored this afternoon. Comerford back towards that man Broadley. Broadley whips it in towards the middle. Headed away. Only as far as Hill. Heffernan now. Just pushing it over. And Danny Ireland again survives there. So it looks like both these two sides are going to start 2016 as they started 2015 with just the 1 point after the first round. So full-time whistle I should say, has gone at Western. 3-3 between the Jets Youth and Western Bears. So those two sides start with a draw. So it looks like it's going to be Broadmeadow Magic up the top of the ladder with Edgeworth after round one, if all these scores stay the same as they are now. 3 draws in the opening round. See if Maitland or Hamilton can conjure up a late winner. Reese Cooper goes to Coiner. Still Ben Coiner on the ball. Holding it up nicely. Tackles flying in everywhere from Maitland. Good child, plays it wide. Pat Brown back towards the middle. Headed clear. Almost set up for Reese Cooper, and now a chance for Maitland to break. Long ball, played over the top. Running it down is Dean Heffernan, who hits a first-time shot straight into the gloves of Danny Ireland. It was always going to be tough. He didn't have anyone with him. Marcus Duncan now on the ball. Plenty of space for both these sides now. Tom Davies. He's ball down the line looking for Pat Brown. It's just going to result in a goal kick. So into added time in this first round fixture. And Magic have run out 7-2 winners over Adamstown in the match at Magic Park. So a disappointing performance from Adamstown first up. And 2-2 the match. Finishes at Charlestown between Charlestown and Valentine. Matt Comerford leaving the ground for Maitland. And Ben Martin going on. See if he can grab a late winner now. 3 goals last year for Maitland, Ben Martin. It's Trot up over halfway. Bailey gets his head to it first. Good child, and Hill. And the challenge there, Swan and Heffernan. Heffernan. And Swan wins that little battle there in the corner. Big battle to win there, Matt Swan. Allows Kane Goodchild some space down this near side. And he turns it over. Maitland plays dropping back now behind the ball, trying to hold this advantage as Hamilton come on the attack for the final moments of this match. Swan. Throw to Bertos. Back to Goodchild. Still Kane Goodchild. Playing it wide. Can it find Pat Brown? It doesn't do so on that occasion. We've got an offside against Hamilton, so Maitland now. And Matt Thompson's gone down. It might be a cramp here. And he's going to require the trainer, so this is going to chew up a bit more time for Maitland. Back up again, Matt Thompson. You think not too much time left in this one. Says Trot, well up over halfway. Goodchild spins and turns for Cooper. Goodchild again, playing it wide for Bertos. He's got Coiner in the middle. He's got Cooper as well, and Pat Brown. He decides to go himself, Bertos. Well blocked there by Brock Oakley. Now with Hodges. Kyle Hodges plays it into Jacob Bailey, and fortuitously it sits up for Dean Heffernan. I should say Dean Heffernan now down this near side. Dean Heffernan, plenty of space. Open pastures for him. He puts it on the left. Cuts it back towards the middle. And well over Hill's head. And a goal kick it will be for Danny Ireland. Referee Trent Nash looks at his watch. Tom Davies. Up the line. Kane Goodchild there. Carl Thornton gets his head to it. Coiner, a late chance for Hamilton. Great save for Trot from Matt Trot in goals. And now Hamilton with a late corner. See if they can steal the points here from Cook Square Park. Matt Trot with a great game for Maitland this afternoon. Here's Brown whipping it in near post. Brock Oakley rises. Jacob Bailey with the header. Trott goes up and claims for the home side. You'd think that chance from Ben Coyne is probably the last good one we're going to see this afternoon. It's Trott goes long, and this one's sliced off his boot and over the sideline, and may give Hamilton another chance. A lot of added time in this game, ticking over now to 5 minutes. This is Goodchild. Still Kane Goodchild. Goes towards the back post for Coyner. He's unable to keep it in. Here is Matt Trott. Trent Nash with the whistle to the mouth, I think. He's about to call it a day here at Cook Square Park. Here's Trott going up towards halfway. Still not yet. Now towards the middle. Brock Oakley clears it up the ground. Towards Ben Martin. It's in a battle with Kyle Hodges. Ben Martin, a little bit of a tug from Hodges. Davies. Wide to Brown. Now Goodchild. He's got Pat Brown with him. Pat Brown down the far sideline. Steer with Pat Brown. Good tackle there from Nick Russell. Diving in towards Tom Davies. He keeps the ball in. Tom Davies holding him off the ball. Wins the free kick for Hamilton. And it's full time. Finally, Trent Nash ends things up here at Cook Square Park. A hard-earned point for both sides this afternoon. And it was Hamilton 0, Maitland 0 up here at Cook Square Park. A really good battle. And looking forward to next week. Next week on Bar TV, Lambton Jaffers up against Broadmeadow Magic at Magic Park. That will be a cracking battle. This one finishing, as I said, 0-0. I'm just going to have a chat to Gary Fisher from Northern here. Gary, those other scores, if you just want to go through them.
Yeah, mate. Thanks, Ben. 7-2 to Magic over Adamstown at Magic Park. James Vigili scoring a hat-trick and Cale Bradbury a brace. I just spoke to somebody at the ground and they said Vigili was too quick, too sharp and too fast and will score 1,000 goals this year. So he's obviously made an impression in the league straight away. 2-2 at Lyle Carl Oval between Valentine and Charlestown. Charlestown led early, Valentine equalised, then hit the front and Charlestown equalised thereafter. And 3-3 at Rockwell Automation Park. Jets scored first there. Gary McDermott scored a hat-trick for Western, so a couple of hat-tricks in the league today. And a penalty to the Jets in the middle part of the second half made it 3-3. So great scores, great battle here today, Ben. Second half really opened up and some genuine chances from both sides. I thought Matthew Trott for Maitland was outstanding, as was Danny Ireland for Hamilton Olympic. Both keepers had a big part in the game. So just while I've got the mic for 5 seconds, I'd just like to congratulate Bar TV for their extended coverage of the NPL in Northern New South Wales this year. It's a fantastic initiative that they've put in place, and along with the clubs, all the NPL clubs who have supported the initiative, both financially as well, to have every game shown where the public can go home and watch the games is a fantastic initiative and a great promotion for the NPL in Northern New South Wales. So thank you to Bar TV and your continued work as well, Ben. Cheers.
Thanks, Gary. So that wraps it up here from Cook Square Park up at Maitland. Finished full-time Maitland 0, Hamilton 0. So 0-0, both sides with a point. Those 3 draws will make it Broadmeadow at the top of the ladder with that 7-2 win, Edgeworth in second, and then it'll be pretty congested from that point thereafter. So next week, it's Broadmeadow Magic and Lambton. A reminder, you can catch all those other matches on Bar TV Sports on YouTube. Those cracking battles with plenty of goals. So that wraps it up. Until next week, we'll see you later.